Seems like you've been pretty thorough. Are you ready to discuss what you've found? Excellent. I'll take what you've collected. Let me take a look at what you've found. I just need a minute to review it all.
Pull out your decoder rings, kids. It's detective time.
Let's see. That's concerning. Wait a moment. This name. I know this name. I think I've seen enough. Initiate, we should discuss our findings. Well, it seems like Cassie was indeed a part of this caravan group, but I think it'd be a good idea to step through the evidence together. I may have been assuming too much about Blue Ridge's involvement. I'd like to be on the same page, so where would you like to start? Yes. It would seem this was a routine trip until the end. Something kept them here and forced them to set up camp so close to home. Okay. There's an account from a guard that I believe holds the answer. Take a closer look.
I don't have much longer. Had I known, I never would. But it's too late now, isn't it? But maybe I can help. You, listening to this, whoever you are, you can't undo the virus, but you can upload your likeness into a whitelist in this software. Then you at least could live in the city. Just need to get to my office. There's a scanner attached to the
Well, it seems like Cassie was indeed a part. I'd like to be on the same. Yes. Not quite. While that seems like a believable conclusion, the evidence points elsewhere. They were bunked down here due to a rad storm. A large group of civilians and merchants accompanied by just a single guard. Sitting ducks. Indeed. It looks like we have a clear account of their last moments here. That was my take as well. Based on Cassie's description and the letter you found earlier, we can assume they were these Hellcat mercenaries. The total number of people they've abducted, though, is staggering. Nearly 15 in this trip alone. Right, the manifest. One name in particular really stood out to me. Did you notice it? All right, it's just there on the table. Let me know if you see any names that stick out to you. Any that pop up more than a few times? Right. As I was saying. Right. The man of... That's right. Dr. Blackburn. Not only was he present on multiple trips, but Cassie makes mention of him speaking with the armed strangers. Likely these Hellcat mercenaries you've dealt with. I imagine Dr. Blackburn was the one employing them. I knew the name sounded familiar. I had read it in Shin's report of your very first assignment with us. Think back, Initiate. Do you recall why Dr. Blackburn had been seeking our assistance? That's right. Dr. Blackburn was seeking assistance with his experiments. Something about curing diseases and helping people. I suspected it was too good to be true, and the evidence here certainly doesn't look promising. But could he really be kidnapping people? Indeed we do. Dr. Blackburn was hiring these Hellcat mercenaries to kidnap people from this route. It would appear they were cautious at first, but took advantage of a radstorm to steal away an entire group. An unfortunate end, but there's still hope of finding them. The only thing left is to report back our findings and determine Blackburn's location. I'm glad I had you here, Initiate. There's a few things I'm sure I would have missed if you hadn't been here to help. I do believe we make a pretty great team. Well, part of me wants to encourage you to follow your gut, even if that means disapproving of me. But if I've learned anything from this, it's allowing for the patients to find the objective truth of the matter. Something I, perhaps, have been lacking. It's something that I know I need to improve upon, not just as leader of the Brotherhood, but as a person. And hopefully, to begin earning back your trust. Anyway, we should get back to Atlas and report what we found. If we can determine where Blackburn took this group, we may be able to track down Cassie, and perhaps countless others. I'll meet you there. Good work, Initiate. Ares, I owe you an apology. My rash behavior was unfitting of my position, and frankly, unfair to you.
Water under the bridge. All of my best friendships start with misplaced suspicion of mass kidnapping.
I will take your word for it. I am sorry either way.
If you really want to make it up to me, I've heard you guys have some killer rocket launchers to spare.
Absolutely not.
I'm glad you and the righteous paladin got the answers you sought. I honestly wasn't following. Something about cats and... Who are any of us? Who are you? Who is the... Well, I know that I'm glad you killed it. If it found me for... Oh, no problem. You should head over...
Once again, great work, Initiate. I'm gonna gather what we found here. I'll meet you at Fort Atlas.
crumbling into powder. Did I win the lottery? Fraxo scouring force.
I was going to retire to a cabin in the woods.
There is a smelly surprise around every corner.
New recruits, night shins training, weapons, and a base like this? We're gonna be invincible. The wasteland is hell. Stay vigilant,
So I think
Initiate.
we can both agree this isn't something we can ignore.
Reporting for duty.
Between what we learned at AMS and the journal we recovered from Harper's Ferry, this is big.
Initiate. Good. You're here. We finally have a clear picture about the abductions, and it's time to do something about it. The Hellcat Company has been abducting people. Our findings at Harper's Ferry mean that Dr. Blackburn is almost certainly involved.
I can't believe he just walked in here. He must have been at work even then. The arrogance he must have had to come here, knowing what he was doing. Unbelievable.
The question facing us now is how to find him and the people who've been taken. Lucky for us, Scribe Valdez has made a discovery of her own while we were away.
That's right. Remember the Pip-Boy you found in the Uncanny Caverns? It took a while to crack the encryption, but I've unlocked it. It came from Vault 96. It took a bit of research to locate it, but it's well south of here. I'll mark it on your map.
I hope my next mission is soon.
Well,
I'm tired of being
we're not
stuck
sure it
in
is.
Fort Atlas.
What we do know is that we have a definitive lead to follow. The super mutant threat takes priority. If we find the missing civilians in the process, so much the better. But we cannot ignore this lead either way.
Unsurprisingly, Night Shin and I don't see eye to eye on this. Fortunately, in this case, we don't have to. I think they're connected. A vault would be a great place to hide abductees. The Pip-Boy might even have come from someone that escaped. Investigating the vault is our best lead for either mystery, and maybe an answer to both.
Then we're agreed. The vault will be your next target. Scribe Valdez will accompany you. A vault is a potential trove of exactly the kind of technology the Brotherhood is meant to catalog and secure.
I've marked Vault 96 on your map. We don't know what we're walking into, or even how we'll get in, to be honest. We'll need to be cautious. Step 1 is finding a way in. You'll take point. Based on other vaults we found crossing the country, the vault should have an emergency transponder. Once you've secured the entrance, the controls for the transponder are usually there near the main door. Activate it to give the all clear and I'll follow you in.
I'm glad to hear it. It's a good plan, and I think we're all in agreement on this one. Find any evidence you can about the missing people and any connection to the super mutants. If Blackburn is there, I want him taken alive. If he really is behind the abductions, he needs to answer for his crimes. You have your orders, Initiate. Good luck. Dismissed.
Stay alert. The attack on the substructure may be just the beginning.
little late to the party, aren't you? If you're looking to loot the place, some Blood Eagles are ahead of you in line. I'd stop you, but, I think I quit. Name's Woods. Corporal Woods, Hellcat Company. Mercenaries. We got hired by this creep of a doctor to guard the place. Among other things. Promised us salvage rights here when he was done. I don't think we're gonna collect on that. Hell of a bedside manner you've got. You know I'm dying, right? Go ahead. Not like I'm doing anything else. Clock's ticking, though. Seriously? I'm bleeding out in front of you and you want my life story? Hell. Rather die with somebody than alone. Whatever. Best of a bad situation, alright? The Hellcats had limits. A code. Better than joining up with raiders. We did good jobs as often as bad. Until this time, at least. It's our own fault. We got lazy. This place is so far out of the way, nobody ever passes by. Kind of the point. We figured we'd be shooing off the occasional stray scavenger that came poking around. This lot sent grenades through the entrance before we knew they were there. Rushed us while we were recovering. I took a bullet in the gut. Bastards left me to die slowly, because they thought it was funny. Yeah, Blackburn. Real unnerving guy, even before we found out what he was doing. Kidnapping was just the start of it. We should have cut ties then, contract or no. Even mercs should have lines they don't cross. I'd say I didn't have a choice, but we're mercenaries. We do it for the money, not some noble ideal. Nobody to blame but ourselves. Jesus, interrogating a dying woman. That's stone cold. Oh, don't look like that. I'm just fucking with you. This is important. Maybe you can fix our mistakes. It's where he had us bringing him. Other squads did, I mean. I was just guard duty. Not that it makes me any less guilty. Whether or not any of them are left alive? No clue. Wouldn't count on it, with the Blood Eagles ransacking the place. Can't figure the dock will last long either. That doesn't bother me, though. That's kind, but it's a little late for that. I've seen enough gut shots in my time to know a stim pack and bandages aren't gonna fix this. This one's got my name on it. God knows I've done enough to deserve it.
Wow, it's freezing in here. Look at all this ice. The environmental controls must be damaged. What happened here? Those are Hellcat Company uniforms, right? It looks like a massacre. Blood Eagles? What are they doing here? Looks like Paladin Romani was right. There's a link between the abductions, Blackburn, and the super mutants. We still need to figure out what. Give me a moment to look at these terminals. Wow, it's freezing in here. Look at all this. What happened here? It looks like a massive... Blood Eagles. Looks like Paladin. We still need to figure... Give me a moment to look. Oh, that's not good. The vault's on internal lockdown. I guess someone's responding to the Blood Eagle attack. If there are automated defenses still working, they'll all be active. We may be facing more than just Blood Eagles. Be careful. Let's get moving. I'll follow your lead. Must be the security lockdown. Let me try something. Got it. I was able to use the Pip-Boy's protocols to get the doors open, but it fried the circuits. If we run into any more locked doors, we're gonna need another way through. Here we go. We survived.
I hate my thoughts. I hate my thoughts. I hate my thoughts. I'm gonna need more than that, buddy!
an excess of visitors today. Ah, yes. The one I met at Fort Atlas. I did hope we would meet again under more convivial circumstances. These are not they, unfortunately. I have no quarrel with the Brotherhood, but I must ask you to leave immediately. Please leave me be. I cannot be responsible for what may happen if you remain.
I guess we found Dr. Blackburn. Looks like most of this place is locked off. We need to search everywhere, but our options are limited right now. I think that door labeled mainframe is stuck open, though. Let's start there.
This vault was a biological research facility originally. They locked a small team of geniuses inside, lying to them about why. Perhaps it is fitting that I found this place. I have been honest about my purpose, in your fashion, but less than forthcoming about it. Log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn. In retrospect, my was excessive, if not actually misplaced. I am down to the last 4 viable test subjects. Unless I move to human subjects. Obtaining volunteers will be impossible. The necessary experimentation to even approach a functional result will be unavoidably fatal to some. I will have to take extreme measures to obtain subjects. Thousands, perhaps millions of lives will be saved. Utility trumps sentimentality. And long.
And down. Go, 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 go.
Robotics control failure in the mainframe wing. Activating emergency fabrication protocol FS-401.
Jeanette, circuits 10, 1857.
Got it.
Fabrication system offline. Activating emergency repair protocol CR-889.
889, that's Hans. We need a reactor brownout. All right, give me a minute. 109's next. Jeanette?
Ready on the detonator.
Molly, are you in?
Sorry, just a...
Brownout in 3, 2, 1.
Power fluctuations detected in the engineering wing. Activating emergency stabilization protocol ES-109. Detonation in the cryogenics wing.
That should do it.
Activating superseding protocol Omega.
Eric?
That's not in the database. What?
Protocol confirmed.
Goosebumps. Something's near.
What a shame! I found ya! You're gonna wish you died here and now once I'm through. Hit me again! Hit me again!
Your persistent refusal to depart is a distraction I do not need. Please, I am asking you again, leave this place and do not return. There is nothing for you here but sorrow. Whatever you do, you will accomplish here. I promise you that you will not.
losing it.
This area clear. Proceeding with search protocol.
Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn, number 38. The capture of human test subjects is itself less difficult than I imagined. The people of Appalachia are in bad need of medicine, and lone travelers are easy to approach when one is a doctor. I tell myself these acts are necessary, the work too important, and I cannot complete it without living human subjects to experiment upon. It is I compound failure upon failure. In my quiet hours, I question what I have made of myself. I began this enterprise fully cognizant of what it might take. But even with that foreknowledge, I could not comprehend the weight of it. Have I become no different from that fool Elias, a font of monsters with no humane end in sight? Am I deluded in believing myself capable of success? These moments pass. I push aside those doubts and focus on the work before me. The people of Appalachia need this. The world needs this. Let them vilify me when they learn what I have done. I will make a better future for them, even if I do not live to see it myself. And log.
Is that you, Basher? Who do you think it is, jackass? It's Tally. Hold up. You're not one of mine. You sound familiar, though. Oh, you're the one I talked to back at Fort Atlas.
You know her?
Listen, we're in a bad way here. Cut off from the rest of our people and the damn robots keep coming in waves. We need help. I've been trying to get us out of here since we've been locked in. I just found this vault security key card. Should open all the doors in this place. You help us, and it's yours. Valdez, you got someone else out there? Should I be jealous?
I don't think we've got much choice. We're going to need that key card to bypass the rest of the security doors.
Now we're talking. Give me a sec to get the door open.
Good thing Shin's not here. I don't think he'd agree to this.
No shooting, boys. They're on our side. Rats, here they come again. Damn. Good thing you showed up when you did. Looks like I was right about you. Shame we keep meeting under these circumstances. We could get into some real trouble. Can't believe the Brotherhood bailed us out. Well, a deal's a deal. Key card's yours. As always with you. Alright, I guess I owe you that much. What's up? Duh, we're looting the joint. One of our people trailed those Hellcat idiots. Okay, this one turned out to be some... Yeah, well, turns out you don't know me all that well. I've been running this gang for ages. You ain't better than me. Not my problem. Hey, don't look at me like that. I try to get these guys... Eyes. Can't get enough of me. Yeah, banged up, but I don't say this a lot.
I can't believe we just got thanked by a Blood Eagle.
All yours. You got this far, so I'm guessing the way you came is clear. Thanks again. Maybe we won't even shoot you if we see you again. No promises.
You've got interesting friends, Initiate. What can I help you with, Initiate?
Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn, number 57. I begin to doubt my own sanity at times. My efforts, while not without progress, continue to fail to bear real fruit. The FEV seems almost deliberately malignant, as if it had a consciousness, and rejects my every attempt to bend it toward a benevolent end. I've come to recognize the signs of imminent metastasis and conversion to the so-called supermutant state. I am ill-equipped to deal with the product of such failure, and have taken to disposing of these unfortunates outside the vault itself. I regret that my current methods of disposal may, in the short term, increase the supermutant population in Appalachia, but it cannot be avoided. End log.
These vessels were once filled with specimens, stocked here so that captive scientists could turn them into perversions of nature. Like West Tech, they concerned themselves only with whether they could do these things, not what benefit they might bring. At best, they made weapons. Such a pointless waste. I have turned what they left behind to better ends.
Oh my god. The smell.
I regret the ugliness you find here. The things I had to do. They were necessary, but that necessity made them no more pleasant or palatable. Seeing these things, I imagine you must intend to kill me. I do not blame you for this.
We're supposed to bring him in alive. Don't forget that. No matter what we say.
Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn, number 5. The creators of the forced evolutionary virus were idiots savant. They saw weapons, soldiers to win a war that would end almost as soon as it began. They had discovered a means by which we could seize the reins of human evolution, and all they could envision was more efficient death. My colleagues at West Tech were likewise fools. They made the virus a plaything in Huntersville, their ant farm, shaking it to watch them scurry. The FEV was never meant to create abominations. At its core is something wondrous and hopeful. I will free it from what they made of it. Humanity will have the future it should have had, and a better human will build that world, free from fear. End log.
Everything hurts. I feel sick.
Please, help us.
You're not with those others, are you? Can you get us out of here? Oh, we're locked in some weird cell, in a frozen vault, being held prisoner by some lunatic in a lab coat who experiments us. We're Peachy. How are you?
I can't take it anymore.
Cassie Holloway. Listen, I ain't trying to be rude. I'll tell you my whole dang life story if you want.
Please.
Just get me out of here first.
Help us.
Not exactly. I think the locks are controlled remotely. The doctor guy always does something back.
I can't take it anymore.
Okay. Sorry. Seriously.
Is he coming back?
Don't let me die in here.
Molly Cooper, biology, log 280. What is this? The specimen record is blank. No vitals, no measurements, no source data. Just an ID, X001. The cellular structure is unlike anything I've ever seen. I can't even identify the organelle.
Oh, thank God. You've got my thanks, stranger. Introductions are in order, I guess. Now that sounds like a fun bunch. Uncle Art mentioned them in, broad terms.
Die in here.
Can't say I'm not glad to... Yeah, that's me. You know Uncle Art? God, he's gotta be so worried. Came in on a Blue Ridge, had some people slip. Then one night we spent days in a car. I'm not injured. Got lucky. The doc didn't do any surgery on me. That nut job was dosing me with diseases, though. Said he was testing incubation and immune response times. Weird thing is, he kept apologizing. Bad case of sludge lung now.
I can't take it anymore.
For real? You must be my guardian angel. Well, I did get kidnapped and locked up by mad scientists, so maybe not. But still, thank you. You get to miss him breathing normally. Maybe I could, but there's no way the rest will. I don't even know where we are, but I'm guessing we're not close to civilization. These folks won't make it on mine.
Don't let me die.
It's better if they stay here. When we've cleared the vault, I'll radio Fort Atlas. They can send the medics with the recovery team and get them to safety.
Whatever Fort Atlas is, that sounds good to me. Thanks kindly.
I'll leave some food and water for you to share until help arrives.
You're a peach.
Don't let me die in here.
I think we're the last survivor. It used to be more. Hasn't been down here in a few days, though. Figured. Good timing on your part. The crappy rations he gave us. My social calendar's wide open. Well, I'm a captain. Too soon.
Everything hurts.
We ain't going to.
I feel
Hey, if you...
The
Give
doctor,
Blackburn a kick for me.
he's insane.
Just try to hold it together, everyone. Don't give up hope.
Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn, number 112. My work's demand for human subjects has increased dramatically as I make ground toward my ultimate goal. To this end, I have contracted with a group of mercenaries calling themselves the Hellcat Company. Trustworthy, if such a term applies here. They display a useful moral flexibility. They do not question the nature of my work or my need for human subjects. And I do not eliminate them. Already they have begun acquiring new subjects at a far greater pace than I could, and a contingent remained to guard the vault itself. I must be careful. A mercenary is only as loyal as their pay, after all. My control of the vault security systems keeps them in check. For now. End log. I ask one final time. Leave this vault and the things you have seen. You cannot change what has happened here. Leave me to this cold and lonely place.
The card doesn't work? Blackburn must have overridden the door codes. Probably guessed the looters might find a key card eventually if they had the run of the place. From here? If I had more tools, time, and some schematics, sure. Under the circumstances, we'll have to get creative. These doors are hydraulically sealed. If we can find the lines that feed to this door, we might be able to cut the pressure holding it shut. Look for a utility room nearby. This should be it. Take a look. See if you could find the lines to the Overseer's office. Nice work. You might have a future as a scribe if you want it. Let's head back. The door should be open now.
It appears neither the vault defenses nor the Blood Eagles were a match for you. Quite formidable. You can lower your weapons. It would clearly be futile for me to struggle, and I surrender willingly. Contrary to what you may think, I did not lie to you when we spoke at Fort Atlas. I did say it would be difficult for a layperson to understand. Do you believe I did this all blindly? Groping madly in the bodies of the innocent for some unknown and hallucinatory secret? With each iteration, each test conducted, I identified flaws in the virus and calculated their removal. I have no doubt in my work.
It sounds like you haven't actually tested your perfect virus.
There are steps being taken as we speak. Any miscalculations that might exist are minor and will be addressed shortly. I am sure your Brotherhood will happily interrogate me until I have no tale left to tell. I will be entirely forthcoming, though I expect you will want to conduct your inquisition within confines more amenable to the Brotherhood. As for the contents of this vault, the Brotherhood is free to collect anything they like. My work here is finished.
I don't like the sound of that.
This is true. I wish it could have been. It was easier and safer for myself, if not for... I had work to finish.
Your errors tunneled into Fort Atlas and could have killed everyone!
Is that so? It seems my failures were indeed steps on the road to success. That level of coordination suggests an... Still, I bear the Brotherhood no. FEV was never intended to be a... It was to be the next step. Certainly the fools it... And now it will fulfill that.
Listening to this is making me understand Shin's point of view.
What you call insanity, that it condemns... I have ensured the future. Were it possible to achieve it without...
After seeing what you've done here.
Despise me if you will. I have no doubt that... Yes, I assumed as much. Consider me a... My work here is complete. Do you think I'd take any pleasure had I been capable of accomplishing my goal without them? I do not expect forgiveness. Let me go. Had I committed any offense of which... Simply that I have achieved my goal. My sacrifices.
What? You can't do anything with it now. We've caught you. You're finished.
Have I given you any reason to believe I have not already taken the necessary action?
Okay, that's not good.
I have completed it. I turned a flawed miscreation. But if by that you mean, whatever, it is no longer here. I have... You are to...
Paladin Romani needs to hear about this immediately.
I am at your disposal.
You can head out. I'm sure the others are going to have... Good work, Initiate.
There is nothing left for you here. I am certain your Paladin and Knight will extract any information they need.
I'll be fine.
Once I am under the
Report back to the Paladin and the Knight as soon as you can.
Scavenging is its own reward. Sometimes a wet and dirty one. Junk is a electron paradise. door. Is there anything better than raw asbestos?
I was going to retire to a cabin in the woods. This is pretty close. Told you the communists would do this.
There is a smelly surprise around every corner.
I have been fully compliant with your questioning. Threats are not required.
With everything you've done, you're lucky I'm only threatening you right now.
Please, this argument is getting us nowhere.
We should see if anyone needs help with anything.
Initiate, you've come at the right time. We've been talking to Dr. Blackburn and going over Scribe Valdez's report on what you found in Vault 96.
This smug monster is practically bragging about torture and unleashing horrors on the world. And Romani is treating him with kid gloves.
I am not bragging. What I have done was necessary. I take no pride in those terrible acts. I will have to live with the shame of them forever. That weight does not, however, diminish that the ends were worth the means. You will learn that soon enough. My colleagues will see that our creation, a vast improvement on the FEV, is distributed shortly.
Do you see the arrogance, the self-justification? We should end him and be done with it.
My next mission is soon. I'm tired of being stuck in Fort Atlas.
That's what I said.
It's justice. You've killed people for less. And the people of Appalachia deserve an end to this madness.
They'll get it, but summary execution isn't the way. Preventing Dr. Blackburn's associates from taking this horror any further must be our priority. And we may need the doctor to convince them.
Night Shin has it out for me.
My colleagues have a laboratory hidden beneath the headquarters of my former employer, West Tech. We intend to correct the FEV's mistakes at their birthplace. Poetically appropriate, would you not agree? My colleagues have a facility better suited to final testing and mass production of the virus. As we speak, they are preparing for its release into the air and water of Appalachia. Once dispersed, it will enter the precipitation cycle in groundwater, and then it cannot be stopped.
No! It could spread for hundreds, maybe thousands of miles!
That is your goal, not mine. But I am not a soldier, and would not withstand strenuous interrogation well. No minor delay on my part will change what is to come. My colleagues are already preparing. Perhaps my cooperation will allow us to make a case for the good we are about to do, and convince you of our cause.
Impossible. We could never support something so abominable.
Yes. If the doctor's associates are preparing to distribute the virus, we have to put our emotions aside here and get to them before they can. Blackburn's punishment, whatever its form, can wait until Appalachia is safe. Head to West Tech. Find and secure the entrance to this lab, and we'll follow behind.
I don't like this, Romani. We should be done with him here and now and level this laboratory. This is just like what Elder Maxim faced at Mariposa. Or have you forgotten?
Elder Maxim came to regret acting rashly there. Or have you forgotten?
If they've already begun producing the virus, blowing up the place could just help spread it. We'll need to be a bit more delicate than that.
If anything tries to attack...
Very well. If Blackburn is coming with us, I will be watching him. Perhaps he can provide leverage against his fellow lunatics.
If I can prevent further loss of life, I will.
Then it's decided. Initiate, head for West Tech. We've no time to lose. See you there.
New recruits, Night Shin's training, weapons, and a base like this? We're gonna be invincible.